Yeah, yeah. Hello everyone, I am Kadobi, CEO and founder of Expedition Aerospace. Today is going to be a very exciting day for the company as we watch Rhea lift off and launch our NOVASats into low Earth orbit. This will also be the first of many launches as we build a massive broadband network in space. We are really excited and we're looking forward for today's launch. So now I'm going to hand it back over to you guys in Florida as we await today's liftoff. Alan? Okay, we're now coming up here 5 minutes. Go into liftoff. So weather is good. The satellites are also good for today's liftoff. Teams here in mission control here in Kent, Washington. We are go for liftoff. No issues being found so far. So we are giving the go for launch here. And we will be currently now T-minus 4 minutes, 22 seconds to go to Wilfie launch. Probably one of the most exciting internet satellites to ever go into space. So I'm going to pass it over to Alan again here as we count down. We'll be back here shortly as we await today's liftoff. Alan?
Beginning strong battery track.
Okay. Good news. So today's launch will be actually the first of many of six. There's 16 NOVASats on today's mission. We have many goals as these are demonstration satellites. So these are not main satellites; these are demonstration, but they are an example to show that we are ready to go and ready to launch a new era in internet and beyond. We have many things going on, like partnership with Droplink International Airlines to communicate with their aircraft during passenger flights across the globe. We are also going to be trying these satellites to communicate with military command, and we have many more experiments that we're going to be trying with all of these 16 satellites. And if everything goes well, we will hopefully launch the first main satellites. These are main satellites that will be used for everyday missions, everyday life, and we will open them to the public here for Roblox and beyond. So, in just 2 minutes 30 seconds, we could see a new era in internet launch here. So, pretty incredible. And just to confirm, we mission director for NOVASat's mission director confirmed he is go for launch. So good news there. We that's confirmed. NOVASats are go, as far as we know.
Prop load complete. Ground glass, close out.
You'll see Rhea going to launch out of sequence. This is where the flight computers will take over the countdown for Rhea, and hope we will lift off for tonight. We do not have any
If
other opportunities
Rhea
to
is in launch auto sequence.
we do not. We do. I said we do have we do have around just 7 minutes left in the window, but that is not enough time to recycle and prepare. So if we do hold today on today's mission, we can hold for 7 minutes. But if we do have to hold for a longer 7 minutes, or the launch director says that the issue would take longer than 7 minutes to resolve, we would have to scrub today's launch and try again some other time. Okay, we're now a minute.
and we'll let launch director Rhea take over the countdown, the final countdown for today.
Godspeed, NOVASat Mission 1, and here we go. Godspeed.
LD is go for launch. T minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ignition. 3, 2, 1. And liftoff. We have liftoff of Nova, connecting all comms to airlines across the world. Vehicle kicking down range. 4B propulsion nominal.
Here we go. We are. Oh.
Avionics power and telemetry nominal.
Okay, 50 seconds. We are now starting a new era in internet connection. We are coming up here on a minute into flight. This is a new era as we watch NOVASats head
Max
their way
Q.
on their Max Q on their maiden flight into orbit.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Good call outs we are hearing so far. Everything continuing to look good. Vehicle is pitching downrange as it makes its way over the Atlantic. Now minute 30, so next event we're coming up here, that will be MECO, main engine cutoff, stage
CS,
separation,
2A,
and ignition on the upper stage engine. It should be coming up here. Now, 2 minutes into flight. Let's get ready for the main engine cutoff. Oh, there we go. Manager cut off.
MECO. Stage separation. Stage separation confirmed. VS2A ignition.
Beautiful. Now next event is fairing separation. This will expose the 16 NOVASats. There we go. Fairing separation.
Confirmed.
Now the NOVASats are now exposed into the vacuum of space. Absolutely incredible. Teams
Stage
here
1 FTS save.
Teams here in teams here in Expedition Aerospace HQ here. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely incredible. It's now booster now making its way back to the ocean. I'm now going to send it back to Alan here as we make our way through ascent. Alan?
Stage 2 power on telemetry nominal.
Four minutes, 10 seconds into flight, so now just coming up here on 5 minutes into flight, looking good so far. We're seeing good telemetry. Satellites are currently making their way into space. So the next event here, coming up here actually in a few seconds, we should be seeing
Stage 2 trajectory nominal.
Should be seeing a splashdown of the Rhea first stage here. We're gonna see that hopefully here in a few seconds. This is an end to mission control.
Now approaching around 7 minutes after liftoff. For second stage, terminal guidance should be coming up really soon. And everything continues to look good on the vehicle. And if you're just now joining us, stage 1 experienced its first ever, well, our first ever splashdown recorded. And once again, no parts of the vehicle of stage 1 will be recovered since it's all destroyed now.
The next event is second stage engine cutoff here. That should happen here pretty soon here. And as I said, we have 2 burns today. We have SECO 1, and hopefully after that we'll have SES 2. Hopefully shortly after that to circularize the vehicle into orbit. So yeah, currently 7 minutes 46 seconds into flight. All looking good.
Terminal guidance.
As a reminder, we're doing 2 burns today. This is the first burn, which will end in about 2 minutes from now. 2 minutes or less.
And there we
BS-2A
go.
shutdown.
Seco.
Hi there, my friend Seco 1, and we are awaiting the next phase, which will be the next burn to put these satellites in the correct orbit. And there's a view of the payload for today, provided by one of our media team members. Coming up shortly will be the next burn for stage 2 to put the NOVASats into the correct orbit, and that should be happening maybe in around a minute or so. Then 5 minutes after that, the deployment process of these CubeSats will begin.
Ground station, Bermuda.
So after the payloads deploy, it will take around 5 to 10 minutes until we receive signal from the NOVASats after payload deployment. You can follow us to here if we do have acquisition of signal of the satellites. It will take around, like I said, 5 to 10 minutes after those payloads separate. We will hopefully receive the acquisition signal. So that next event is the second stage engine burn 2 coming up here shortly. Should be happening here in a few seconds. In a few seconds to a minute. Should happen soon. Oh, there we go.
Second stage relay.
People getting caught there. A second stage engine relight. Burn your roster for Rondo.
After 5 minutes after Seco 2, the deployment process of these NOVASats will begin. There's 4 CubeSats in one batch, and their second engine cut off too.
Seco 2.
There we go. That second and final burn has shut down. So now here in 5 minutes here, we are expecting the payloads to deploy from that second stage. We'll make sure we're gonna keep an eye here on the second stage payload view, and as we await separation of the first batch. That'll be the batch in the front there on your screen. That'll be the first batch, and it goes all the way to the end of the adapter.
There will be a 2-minute gap between these batches being deployed, as we expect the first batch to be deployed in about around T plus 18 minutes. And that concludes today's mission.
Stage 2 FTS saved.
Wow, what an exciting day it has been. We even though we had some holds during count and abort during ignition, we able to get through today's launch. And we had a liftoff time at 9:40 p.m. Eastern. The vehicle lifted off from the pad. We used the vehicle pitched down range. We had a successful stage separation and ignition on the upper stage. First stage successfully guided itself towards the ocean for its hard splashdown in the Atlantic. After that, we saw a successful shutdown of the second stage and successful relight of the second stage for STS-2 and successful shutdown once again. And now, to conclude today's mission, we are awaiting deployment of the first batch of the NOVASats, and after all those deploy, that'll be an end of mission, and yeah. But yeah, what an exciting day it's been.
Yeah, the deployment process will begin in about 3 minutes or so. The overall process will take around 8 minutes to get these CubeSats separated from the payload adapter, as you see in the screen. And we're just awaiting that for now.
And like I said, stay tuned to Expedition Aerospace social medias for updates about the acquisition of signal of those satellites. We'll make sure to update you. So it will take around 20 minutes or so after each batch deployed for them to be fully operational, for their solar panels to deploy, and we get communication, and everything goes well. We'll start our first demonstration starting here in around a week. We are expecting our first demonstration, which will be the military command acquisition, which we will attempt to communicate a few of those satellites with military commands around the globe to demonstrate these. We'll see how that works. And yeah, there will be some more experiments following after that.
We're 2 minutes away from the deployment process about to begin. Once again, these batches, there are 4 batches. Each will take around 2 minutes to deploy, and we're just awaiting that as of right now. But to share some news on Galactic, we're actually working on our new rocket, Rhea, which we'll start testing in about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the teams get how fast the teams prepare the Rhea booster, which we'll be testing first. And that will be some really exciting news, and we will share updates to you along the way. And we'll have our first static fire maybe in around 1 to 2 weeks, depending on our schedule and availability. But yeah, around now, like under a minute until payload deployment begins. There are 3 visible batches you can see in the payload.
Stand by for payload deployment.
In the payload camera.
Oh.
You may not see the batch across
the first batch, you may only see 1 or 2 or 3 of those satellites deploy. You may see that. Yeah, we won't be able to see any of the bottom satellites, as we can't see that on the camera right now, but it should be coming up here on the first batch. Oh, there we go.
And that is batch 1 deployed. we're waiting. Now
batch.
we're waiting 2 minutes until the second batch deploys.
There we go. First batch has separated. Now that second batch would play around 2 minutes here. Actually, around a minute and a half here. Until we see the deployment of that second batch. So there are 4 batches here. Now we are awaiting, Expedition Aerospace teams are now awaiting the acquisition signal of the first batch here. We may actually be able to get the acquisition signal before the webcast does end, of the first batch at least. You may be able to get that. We will make sure. Satellite should be right now preparing for the acquisition signal, so you should expect around acquisition signal probably around just 5 minutes from now, so most likely when batch 3 deploys, we should have acquisition signal of the first batch.
We do expect the deployment process to end around T plus 24 minutes, if I'm correct, and our webcast will end right around after. As always, you can check out Expedition Aerospace socials and our socials for more updates of this mission. But this has been going really smoothly so far, so let's hope this continues.
Should be coming up here on the next batch in around a few moments. We're expecting that second batch to deploy. I said acquisition signal could take place of the first batch anytime now. You don't know, but it's prediction 5 minutes. We could even get it right now. Oh! And there's that second batch. Second batch has separated from the adapter there. Now we have 2 more batches. We may not be able to see the fourth batch because it is at the bottom, but we will get confirmation of that fourth and final batch.
The third batch is that remaining batch that you see. You could almost see it.
We got acquisition a signal on one of the NOVASats from batch 1. Acquisition of we only have 1 satellite. We are waiting on the other 3. Should be getting them here shortly.
That next batch will deploy in around T plus 22 minutes. And that will be the batch that you still currently see on your screen right there, onto the right side of the adapter. And you won't be able to see the fourth batch deploy, as the cameras we only have 1 payload camera on the second stage, but you'll have confirmation of that final batch deployment given by mission control.
And we have acquisition signal of the other 3. Good call outs. We have acquisition signal of the other 3. So that means batch 1, we successfully got an acquisition of signal. That is absolutely incredible. So now batch 3 should be deploying. We're waiting back acquisition signal of batch 2. That should happen soon. And batch 3 and batch 4 are next to play here, and probably around just 10 seconds from now, we are expecting around 10 seconds. Expecting the third batch. There we go. And there's that third and the third batch. Now next is that fourth batch to deploy here in around 2 minutes from now. We're expecting the deployment of the final batch.
That will occur around T plus 24 minutes. We will give a minute after that to close out our webcast, and you can check out updates of these NOVASats in Expedition Aerospace social media.
We have, goodness, accurate signal of the 4 satellites of the second batch. Good news. And we do have solar panel arrays have successfully deployed on the first batch. Good news, the solar panels have deployed.
1 minute until the final batch deploys, and that will conclude today's mission. And we would like to thank Expedition Aerospace for trusting us to launch their first batch of NOVA satellites into orbit. And we have many more missions upcoming that will hopefully go smoother than this. We apologize for the abort earlier, as we not expected. Expect script lag during testing. But for now, what a smooth night has it been.
Getting good news. The first batch is continuing. We have continuous communication with the first batch. Second batch, we are waiting the solar panels to extend on the second batch there. It should happen here in 2 minutes from now. We expect the solar panels to play in the second batch. And acquisition of signal on the third batch in around also a minute and a half from now.
Coming up surely, that final batch that is not
Should we-
visible on the payload camera should deploy around now. And
Oh, there we go. Oh,
awaiting final confirmation of that.
waiting confirmation of
Payload deploy
confirmation.
confirmed. All batches are online, and thank you for the Rhea team and Nova.
And good confidence there. All 4 batches have separated, and we can confirm batch 3 we have accurate signal of batch 3. So with that, we are now ending today's webcast of the launch of NOVASat Mission 1. I'm bringing it over to Alan for these closing statements. Alan.
Yeah, thank you to our supporters that stuck with us after the issue we experienced today. But now the mission is concluded, and we will end the webcast here shortly. We will post updates in our Discord server to explain what happened even furthermore. And yeah, stay tuned for SAID development and future rail development and future missions. Thank you, and have a good night, everybody.